Question: what do you think is heavier, a 10-pound book or a 10-pound bag of trash? Let's talk about it back in a minute. Hey, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. That was a joke. Do you remember years ago, people would ask you, which is heavier, 2,000 pounds of straw versus 2,000 pounds of rocks, whatever? It's still 2,000 pounds. Okay, I'm going to talk to you today not about straw, not about rocks, but about things that burden us, things that weigh us down, and could quite possibly stop us from saving or from earning cash. Not a good thing. I do have sort of a solution, but let's talk about the things that could be weighing us down. I would like for you to imagine an imaginary sack, like a gunny sack. Remember they used to call them gunny sack? Or better still, an empty laundry bag. No clothing in them, just an empty laundry bag. And you go about the course of your year. Let's take this on a yearly basis. Within that year, you might have heard stuff like, why should you start a YouTube channel? You're not going to get anywhere doing something like that. Why should you become a content creator? Who cares about the stuff that you have to say? I'm just using that as an example. Or either you're too tall, too short, too thin, too fat. These things add up. You hear this kind of stuff throughout the year. And I know we're really good at fluffing it off, but sometimes, because we are human beings, okay, not robots, sometimes some of that stuff sticks in our mind and we, what I call, gunny sack it, meaning taking all of those little things that we thought we fluffed off. We really, really thought we fluffed it off, but not 100%. And in our imaginary laundry bag, we are actually carrying that stuff with us. At first, you don't notice it. For example, I could take this piece of paper, right? This is nothing. It's like feather. It's like a feather. I get enough of these pieces of paper with negative information on it, and I could have it be filled up to a 10-pound capacity. I know it's hard to believe, but yes, yes, yes. Think of cardboard. When you look at one little piece of cardboard, you say, that's not much. Well, at first, maybe. But if you accumulate enough of that cardboard and put it in a bag, it can get rather heavy. You see where I'm going with this. But there is good news. We do not have to carry on always and forever with this. And by the way, if you're finding value in this video, don't forget to smash down the like button. I appreciate that. Okay, great. So there is help on the way and we can do it. Here's a little bit of an optional homework assignment for anyone interested. If you'd like to, take a typical notebook, write down some of the negative feelings that you have. Write down why you feel that way. Write down maybe an incident. It doesn't have to be, a soliloquy or an essay. Just like write down a sentence. A person insulted me at the job in front of boss, for example. Embarrassed at work. You could condense it as much as you want. Put down anything to your heart's content, okay? What I'd like for you to do is write down all the things that happened to you in 1 year that you really didn't appreciate. I mean it. Do it when it's a quiet time, nobody's around, you cannot be distracted, and you have complete and utter privacy. That's between you, your conscience, and that piece of paper. Now, what you could do one of the following. You could take that one piece of paper, write it all down. Let's say you have 5 or 6 things you didn't care for that happened to you. It doesn't have to be for the whole year. Maybe in the most recent month or 2. Make it even easier. Just saying. Write that thing down, whatever that thing may be. Put it on a piece of paper and literally, let me get it, literally scrunch that thing up, scrunch it up. I can't scrunch it, but I'm tossing it. You could scrunch it, tear it, throw it. Literally throw that thing into your trash bag. Get rid of it just like that. I really didn't like what so and so said. I really did take that so called complimentary insult to heart. Do you know what a complimentary insult is? How many of you out there know what I mean by complimentary insult? It's like the person first starts with this, like, they're really not even meaning it. Like this, oh, blah, 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 so sweet, so sweet. And then, boom, then comes the insult. Come on now. You know what I'm talking about. You might have been the recipient of that. Or worse, were you ever the kind of person that ever said that to someone? That's between you and your mind. Just saying, just saying. We're all human and we all make mistakes. So even if you did that to someone and it really bothers you that you did, just, you have to get rid of it in your conscience somehow. Get the good forgiveness. This is my opinion. That's how I feel. Listen, forgiveness is the greatest gift you could give yourself. I didn't want to allude to that, but anything negative that happened to you in the last 2 months, write it down, take the piece of paper, scrunch it up, trash. Oh, yeah? You are going to feel so much better. Now, the better part, that was pretty good getting rid of all that burden. The better part, there's actually better than that. Now, you're going to take another piece of paper, all optional assignment. I like to give optional assignments. You're going to take another piece of paper and you're going to write down all the positives in your life, all the good stuff that you contributed, all the great stuff. Many times people take the things that they've done wrong to heart, but never even think about the great stuff they've ever done. I mean that. I really, really mean that. And that's not good. That could be detrimental to your mental health. So take an assessment. I don't know why it's so much easier to write down all the negative stuff as opposed to, well, gee, let me think, what was some of the good stuff? Now, remember Mr. Wonderful's sticky note trick? Getting rid of the 3 things you really don't want to do first thing in the morning. How many of you out there are still doing that? I am. When I need to do that, I am. I will remind myself. I will write it down at night. I will put it in front of the mirror and go, oh, yeah, I want to get rid of that and that and that and that. And it feels so much better to start my business day. Well, let's add another thing to the list, okay? Take your favorite accomplishment that you're writing down. Do something special with it. If you have to frame it, if you have to make a makeshift frame or a paper heart. You remember the old days when you were a kid? You'd cut out these little hearts on Valentine's Day and whatever. Put it there. Look at it. Write that down on a mirror. Write that down on a Post-it. Remind yourself of all the good stuff. We spend way too much time, in my honest opinion, focusing on all the negative stuff. All right, there you go. I hope this helps at least one person today. And thank you so much. But like I said before, I can really appreciate you smashing down the algorithm for me by clicking the like button. Be right back with a wave. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye-bye.